We are here with the wonderful Lee Fields. How are you, Lee?
I'm doing just great. Fine.
Thank you so much for coming by.
It's a pleasure being here, no doubt. It's definitely a pleasure.
I heard you singing, cutting this record right in front of our eyes, and your voice is absolutely magnificent.
Well, thank you so much.
I could listen to it all day.
It's such a pleasure being here. I'm like lost for words.
Oh, bless you. So your first single was out in 1969, and you haven't really stopped from there. What keeps you making music, and do you still have the same love for it, even now?
Yes, I do. What keeps me making music is I like to spread the idea of love is definitely what is needed in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So through my music, I try to make songs that encompass all different kinds of love.
I love that. Especially right now, we need that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need that love. Do you remember when you first started making music and what you heard that made you realise that this was for you?
Well, actually, in the beginning, my dreams were not to become an artist. I wanted to be a businessman. But what really made me turn to music, one thing, it was two things. First, I saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show, and I thought these guys was just extremely from another place. Not beyond Earth. They was like people from the future, you know, because at that time the way they dressed and the music that they were doing, it just revolutionized everything. And I matter of fact, I went out and bought a guitar.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And then what really made me turn to music was when it was a dare by a friend for me to go and sing on a talent show at my high school. And when I got on stage and sang, and I saw the response of the people, I had a love for it then. And then when I saw James Brown in the Tammy Show, that sealed the deal. That was just.
So you got the bug. That was it. Once you started.
So those three things.
Wow. What did you sing for the talent show?
I really don't remember the song. I know it was a James Brown song at the time. I was into James Brown and Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke's the best. I love Sam Cooke.
Yeah. So, but I know it was a James Brown song.
Did you meet James Brown?
I met him years later. Met him in 1973 down in Augusta. At the time, Let's Talk It Over was like a very hot record in Augusta. So the radio station invited me to come down and perform with me and ZZ Hill, the late ZZ, and the DJ at James Brown radio station at the time said that if I was to stick around another day, Mr. Brown was coming back from Japan, and I get a chance to meet him. And I couldn't believe it because at the time, you know, like James to me was, you know, the ultimate of singers, and to meet my idol at the time, I thought would be the best thing in the world. And then when he came in the next day, I met him, and what I learned from that day was I need to be myself.
Right.
Because I was doing a lot of James stuff. I wanted to be James. And I would advise any artist today to be who you are. To be who you are. Be influenced by other people, but as many people as you can, because that is really what developed your style. Unless you just born with just a natural style. But if you really want to find yourself, listen to everyone that you really like.
Yeah, I agree. Take inspiration from people, but don't copy it.
Right.
Yeah. So do you remember the first song you wrote? Do you remember, was it with a guitar? How did you write it?
The first song that I wrote, was that I would say Let's Talk It Over with the first song that I wrote, seriously wrote. Yeah, I wrote a lot of things that I don't quite remember. So it must not,
Can't be.
I don't think it was that good.
But
Let's Talk It Over was the first song that I really, and She's a Love Maker. And those were the first songs.
She's a love maker.
Yeah.
That's a good first song to write.
Yeah, she's a love maker. Yeah.
Do you remember when you first heard your song on the radio, and how did that feel?
First time I heard my song on the radio was WBLS in New York played it. It was like, I couldn't believe it, man, you know, being heard in New York City. It was like, I guess like every artist that first time hearing themselves, you know, you totally elated, you're totally dumbfounded because you can't believe that something like this could happen to you. That's the reason why I tell all of the young folks today that's pursuing music, don't abandon your dream, but keep the reality of the dream through God. I dream through God because all things are possible with God. So when I aspire to do different things, I pray on it. Because prayer, I mean, God is real, you know. And so I tell a lot of young folks, because it seems like we are deviating a bit from the truth, and the truth is God.
And God doesn't have to be just that person in the sky. It can be an energy. It can be something you believe in. Just having that hope and faith. And
I'm glad that you brought the person in the sky up, because I don't believe that there's a person in the sky. I think God is all thought, all possibilities.
Exactly.
And I don't think it's going to be somebody. I think God is thought. So when we die, our thoughts return to the thinker, and we like an everlasting dream. So dreams can come true if you have faith in all possibilities, all power, all powerful.
I love your positivity.
Oh, thank you.
It's brought a lovely feeling into the room. I like
Thank
that. So you've had an amazing long career, as I said at the beginning. What do you think the key to longevity is in the music business, especially? Because it can be quite short for some people, but for you, you've just got bigger and better.
Paying attention to music, you don't get lost in a time. Like a lot of people hear what I do, and they say, well, he's doing what they was doing in the 60s. But it's a little, I will assure you, it's different. That's the reason why it sounds fresh. You pay attention to everybody. I listen to Justin Bieber. I listen to Iraina. I hope I'm pronouncing
Iraina Grande.
Right. I listen to her.
She's good.
I listen to a lot of rap artists, especially Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I listen to blues. I listen to funk. I listen to classical music, country and western, because music is like an array of all different points of views of melodies. So when artists continue just to listen to one thing, they get sort of, I think, a little dated. So regardless what they sing, it's not going to fit in. But if you listen to what everybody's doing, and then you can find out how to still, like I'm still singing soul, but the soul sound fresh and is bringing us a whole new audience because of the fact I listen to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some people can be a bit narrow-minded and not listen to new things and be stuck there, and I don't see why you need to do that. Yeah,
it's not a good thing to just listen to one thing.
No. You've worked with an array of amazing people: Ovi Wright, Darryl Banks, B.B. King, Betty Wright, who I love, Bobby Womack.
Yeah.
I know it's really difficult to answer this, but was there a special moment with one of them, or?
No, I held all of the people that I worked with in high esteem. I learned from them. I watched them when they're on stage, what they do. And instead of, it's not about the me. I want to become everybody. I want to be an everybody singer. So I watch young and up and coming artists. I watch whatever is interesting, and and become, in my mind, childlike. A child learn how to walk, learn how to talk, learn how to speak, everything within a few years. So if I keep my mind thinking and disciplined like a child, eager to learn, then I'm able to watch everybody and learn. So I'm constantly changing, metamorphosing into another creative zone, but yet still I keep the same kind of thing that I do.
It's like being like a sponge, right?
Absorbing everything
all
possible.
that art around you,
right?
And put it, channeling it into you. Your new album I want to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
It's called "It Rains Love."
Yeah,
and it's a beautiful title.
Thank you.
Where did that come from? That idea of rain?
Well, I just thought it would be a nice thing to that if it was like if rain had something in it that every time a drop hit a person, they would love humankind much better. And if that could happen, just the thought of it raining love and everybody getting soaking wet and starting to appreciate everybody, you know, like your neighbors, like if they might live in a different country or different place, and everybody had compassion for each other, and then I think everyone would start focusing then on how to fix the world before it's unfixable. You know, like the water supply, the forests grow more trees and
the flow of it,
and fix the system where we're not polluting as much, and all economics will be focused on that, and not being just. I mean, I see nothing wrong with capitalism, but I do think the main goal of capitalism should be preservation of the planet, and so that our future generations will have somewhere to live, and this place will become exactly like the Garden of Eden that it was planned to be. Mm-hmm. And it will be the places built to last for an infinite time. So that would happen, and people would care about each other. You know, we just like I look at the Earth like a spacecraft, you know, like the sun. I look at the whole solar system. The sun is the heater. All the rest of the planets are like a gyro system to keep the Earth headed in this galactic sea right on point of where we're supposed to be when God itself will live among us. So believing that, we got to preserve the Earth so we don't get off course. Because if we were out in the ocean and everybody got very irritable on a ship in the ocean and started to fight each other, I'm quite sure the possibilities of that ship getting to its destination would be much to none. So I look at the Earth just like a spacecraft. You know,
you've got to protect the hub of the world. Right. Protect that, and then everything else.
Everything, money and everything should be built around, to me, making things better.
Gosh, next time it rains, I'm going to have a whole different spin
Let's
on that.
Let's pray that it rains some love on these folks.
I'm going to not complain. I'm going to be thinking, you know what? What would Lee Field say? So what do you like to write about in your lyrics? I've been listening to your music all week, by the way, like all the albums, and I absolutely love them. What do you like to write about? Do you write about personal things that happen to you? Is it...
No, I write about things in general. I write about what I see. It's just like mentioning that rain's love. I see that the world needs love now. I see there's a song on the album called God is Real. I really believe that. I believe God is real, but, you know, I don't think it's a man in the sky. I think it's, as I said, thought, all possibilities, energy. Because everything is energy if you think about it. I think all matter is like settled energy. And all of the things, because you can get energy out of anything. So that being said, I put up there God is real because I really believe God is real. And I like to write about, there's a song called Wake Up. Because I be hearing the terminology on television and places everywhere I go, fake news, fake this, fake that. If it's fake, let's prove that it's fake. Let's prove, because if we are told the wrong things, we're going to deviate from common sense. Our barometer of keeping on path of what is right and what is wrong would be destroyed, and the first thing you know, then we'll be a collective body of human beings on the planet totally headed in the wrong direction. So truth, that's God also. Truth is God. And love is God, all of that. That's what God is to me, all of these beautiful things.
I feel like in a lot of your songs that love is the central theme.
Absolutely.
For all your albums and your songs, it seems to be the theme. And I love that. I think that's...
thank you. And
I
try to take any situation, and what I'm saying about it, many of things, but I'm showing people through my belief that in a child, I could write about a child just learning how to walk. That's love to me. Watching a child learning how to walk, or that's love to me, seeing a person in a hospital that has finally found some sort of relief for the pain that they've been having for such a long period of time. Now they got something to make that person feel, but that's love. All of the good things. So I write about love. So love is everything.
It's the most important thing in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
That's it. That's all everyone wants and needs.
Yeah.
So you're touring for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I'm coming to your London gig.
I appreciate that very much. I'm looking forward to that.
I'll be on the front row for sure.
I appreciate that.
And you're doing Cambridge, Manchester and London in the UK.
Yeah.
And you've got Shepherd's Bush on the 4th
Right.
of May. Do you enjoy touring? Do you spread your love when you tour?
I love touring because I get a chance to see people that buy my records and support me. Listen, if a person come to your show, like some artists think that they are great, and all of these people come to their show and they really start believing that they are great. And they probably are in their own minds. But when people come to your show, the great who are great are the folks out there that's supporting you. The audience is great. The artist should be humble.
Absolutely.
You know, here all these people coming to see you. Man, don't get all egoed out here. Hey, man, listen, you have been blessed.
These people are looking forward to. Have been looking, sometimes for the whole year looking forward to seeing you.
So when people come to my shows, man, I hold the people in awe. I'm very, very much respect I give to the people.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for coming by.
And thank you so much for having me.
It's been such a pleasure. And It Rains Love is out April the 5th. And tickets for your show on leefieldandexpressions.com. And you're touring for the rest of the year. Thank you so much. I'm going to play your live cutting in a bit. But first up, I'm going to play Love the Way You Love by O.V. Wright.
Okay.
Somebody that you've worked with.
Yeah, I love O.V. Wright.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Lee.
And thank you for having me.
Pleasure.